I have not yet met the man in number 212. I don't even know his name, honestly. He never comes to the hotel restaurant. He never uses the lobby. On 3 occasions, we passed him. He didn't even speak at all. He just nodded weirdly and awkwardly. I honestly kind of want to be his friend. It is pretty lonely in here, honestly. With the exception of the aged lady down the corridor. The only permanent guests are the man in 112 and myself. However, I should not complain. With this utter quiet is precisely what the doctor prescribed. I wonder if the man in number 212 too has come here to rest. He looks so pale, yet I can't believe he is sick, for his paleness is not like a sicky case, but rather a more like artistic design of his face. Pretty normal, honestly. The only thing I think he get hurt is by like the tan under the burning summer sun. He must have traveled by here by driving, honestly, for he is not a passenger. I saw on the train that brought me here, and he checked in only a short time after my arrival. I had briefly rested in my room and was walking down the stairs when I encountered him ascending with his bag. It is odd that our bellhop did not show up to his room. It is odd too that so many of the Vatican rooms in the hotel he has chosen number 212 at the extreme rear end. The building is a long, narrow affair 3 stories high. The rooms are all set on the east side, and the west side is a huge apartment business setting. The corridor is a long and cramped, stiff and folded. Papers exude a musty, unpleasant smell. Looks like from 1,000 years ago or something. The light bulbs barely work and as dim as a tomb. Revolted by this corridor, I insisted vigorously upon being given a number 201, which is at the front and is blessed with being able to escape easily. The room clerk is a disagreeable guy with a weird square mustache. He was very reluctant to let me have it for some reason, as the ordinary was for the most profitable transit trade. I fear my instance may made him an enemy. Hopefully he doesn't go all Hitler on me and tries to kill me or something. If only I had a self-assertive 30 years ago, though. I should now be a full-fledged professor instead of a broke-down assistant. I'm still smart from all the stuff I've learned from the university, but apparently I'm not good when it comes to my interest in how I let people dominate my life. Oh well, the summer rest will probably do me considerably good. It is pleasant to be away from the university. There's something positively gratifying about the absence of the graduate student's face. If only if it weren't so lonely. Must defy some way of meeting this tall man guy in number 212. Perhaps the room clerk can arrange matters or something. I have been here exactly a week, and if there was a friendly soul in this miserable little town, he escaped me 100%. Although the people accepted with my money with fair flattering eagerness, they still avoid even the most casual conversation. I'm afraid I never cultivated in society unless I must arrange my ancestors to recognize local residents for the last 150 years. Despite the coolness of reception, I have frequently venturing aboard. In the back of my mind, I have cherished hopes that I might encounter this pale man in room 211 incidentally. I wonder why he even moved from 212. There was certainly a little advantage just coming only one room closer near to the front. I noticed a change yesterday when I saw him coming out to this new room. We nodded again, and this time I thought I detected a certain weird satisfaction from his sober black eyes. He must have known I am eager to be his friend, yet his manner forbids over-truths. If he wants me to go all the way, he'd go to the devil. I'm not that sort of guy who comes run after people. Indeed, the surely difference of the room clerk has been enough to prevent me from questioning him about his mysterious guest. I wonder where that pale man takes his meals. At each, I have ventured into about the man 220. No one even remembers the restaurant he was at. Perhaps he had an entree in the Birmingham room of houses of his town. That's the name of the town, honestly. And again, he may have had a boarding house. I shall have to learn about that. If there even is that some difficult. Maybe he just had room service or something. The pale man must be difficult to talk to, honestly, or he has again changed his room. Seriously, how hard is to please the guy? I'm baffled by his conduct. He's so deliciously bloking himself more than one room conveniently in the hotel. Why did he just not move the room 202? The next available room to the front? I don't get it. Perhaps I didn't really locate him permanently, an excuse for starting a conversation. I see we're close neighbors, Hal. I might casually say, but it's too plain. I must await the better opportunity. He has done it fucking again. He's now occupying number 209. I'm eager by his little weird game. I wasted hours on wondering why. What's the point of moving there? There's nothing really interesting. It's just getting on everyone's nerves. I wonder how our bellhop thinks of having to prepare 4 rooms for a single guest. If you weren't stone deaf, I would ask him. At present, I feel too exhausted to attempt such an adventurous conversation. I'm tremulous interested in the pale man's next move. He must either skip a room or remain where he is. For a permanent guest, and very old lady occupies room 208, and she has not budged that room since I've been here. She's not gonna sell that. I wonder what the pale man will do next. Wait through the city with a nervous excitement. Well, the mysterious guest was not forced to remain where he was, nor did he have to skip a room. The lady in number 208 simply matters by conveniently dying. No one knows why the cause of her death happened, but it's generally attributed to her old age. She was buried this morning, and I was among the curious ones who attended her funeral. When I returned from the morgue, I was in time to see the pale man leaving her room. Already he has moved in. He favored me with a smile whose meaning I have tried in vain to decipher. But I cannot, but believe that it might mean to him some significance. He acted as if we were already best friends or something, or we had a secret. Perhaps his smile was meaningless after all, and only ambiguous by chance, like that Mona Lisa or like a famous painting. My man of mystery now resides in number 207, and I'm not the least surprised at this point. I would have been astonished if he had not moved again. He was getting on the electric conduct. I don't even know what that is. I don't even know what single thing more about him since the day he arrived. I wonder where he came from. There's something indifferently foreign about his manner. I'm curious to hear his voice a little bit. I like to imagine the exotic tongue of a faraway country or a cowboy. I don't know, maybe something, I don't know. Maybe something interesting compared to just some pale guy in the other room. If I could somehow investigate him into a conversation or force him to a conversation. Man, if only if I was possessed by the freaking confidence of a college boy or something, who can dress in the most insane way with a celebrity and not be afraid. No wonder I'm only an assistant professor. I am worried. This morning I woke up to myself lying prone upon the floor. I was fully clothed. I must have fallen on the floor and actually exhausted after I returned to my room last night. I wonder if my condition is more serious than I suspected. Until now, I've been in decline to discount the fears of those who have pulled a long face about me. For the first time, I recall a prolonged hand clasp of the president when he bade me a goodbye from the university. Obviously, he never expected to see me alive again. Of course, I'm not that unwell. Nevertheless, I must be more careful. Thank heavens I have no problems to worry about. I have not a wife, for I was not willing to exchange the loneliness of a bachelor's degree for the loneliness of a husband. I can say in all certainty that the prospect of death does not frighten me. Speculation about life beyond the grave has always bored me, whatever it is. Or is it not just trying to get out? If it's not, I'll just try to get along. I've been so preoccupied with the sudden turns of my own affairs that I've neglected to make note of the most extreme incident. The pale man has done something astonishing. He skipped 3 rooms and moved on to number 203. Now we're close neighbors. We have met oftener, and my chances of him making my friend are now greater. I have confined myself to my bed during the last couple of days. It's been a while since my last report, and I have food brought to me. I even called a local doctor, who I assume to be let's just say not a good doctor. He looked over my professional indifferences and told me not to leave my room. For some reason, he does not want me to climb the stairs. For this bit of information, he received a $10 bill, which I directed him, which he took from my pockets. A pickpocket could not have done it better. It has not been long since he left when I was visiting the room clerk. The worthy suggested that with a great show of kind concern that I use the facilities of the local hospital. It was all modern stuff, with more infirmaries, and might have been able to muster in a long time. I gave him to understand that I intended to remain where I am. Suffering slowly, he swiftly retired. The doctor must have paused long enough at the stairs to tell him a pretty story. It's obvious that he is afraid I shall die in his best room. The pale man is up to his old tricks, I know it. Last night when I was toiling down the hall, the door of 202 was ajar. About a decade I looked inside and the pale man was just sitting in a rocking chair, idly smoking a cigar. He looked up into my eyes and smiled that particular ambiguous smile that so deeply puzzled me. I moved on down to the corridor, not mistaken and annoyed. The whole mystery of this man reasoning to be here just began to make me go crazy. It's all so insane, so utterly lacking in motivation. I feel that I shall never meet the pale man, but at least I'm going to learn his identity. Tomorrow I'm asking that goddamn REUPLOAD clinic and interrogating his ass. I know now. I know the identity of the pale man, and I know the meaning of his smile. Earlier this morning I summoned the room clerk to my bedside. Please tell me, I asked abruptly, who is the man at 212? The clerk stared wearily and unprofessionally. You must be mistaken, that room is unoccupied. Oh, but it is, I snapped the red taser. I saw a man there only 2 nights ago. He's tall, normal, dark eyes, dark hair. He's unusually pale. He checked in the same day I arrived. The hotel regarded and disapproved as I was trying to impose something against him. But surely there's no such person in this house. As for his check-in, when you did, you were the only person that we registered that day. What? Well, I've seen him 20 times. First he had the room to 112 at the end of the corridor, and now he keeps moving further and further close to me until now he's next to my door. He's in the room 202. The room clerk threw his hands. You're crazy, he exclaimed. And I saw what he meant, and I saw what he said. I shut up at once and dismissed him. After he was gone, I heard him rattling the knob of the palesman's door. Note that I believes that it should be empty. And thus is that now that I can understand the events of the past couple of weeks. I now comprehend the significance of the death in room 207. I feel even personally responsible for the old lady's passing. After all, I brought the pale man with me. But it is not who I fixed his path. Why he chose to approach my room after room, through every day and every night, even crossing through the woman's in 207. Those mysteries I cannot explain. I suppose I should have guessed his identity when he skipped the 3 rooms in that night. I fell unconscious upon the floor. In a single night of trying, he advanced until he's almost to my door. He'll be coming by and by to inhabit his room and this room, his ultimate goal. When he comes, I shall at least be able to return his smile of a grim recognition. Meanwhile, I'll have to wait beyond the bottle door. As I speak, the door swings slowly open. I can already begin seeing his face. I can't see all of it much, but I can already see it swinging open. I can see his dark, evil eyes with his pale skin, nodding at me as usual. And I just look back at him and smile back. If you're reading this, then assume the worst has happened, and I'm not coming back. Far from this world. And the next time you hear from me ever, I won't be in this world, most likely. Goodbye. Hey guys, I hope you enjoyed the video. I did not make this creepypasta. It's a very classic creepypasta, honestly, which I changed a couple of things to make it more interesting. If you want to read the original story, it will be in the description. The main reason why I did this creepypasta is because I am currently working really hard on a new original creepypasta, which might take a while to finish, but trust me, once it's done, definitely worth the wait. Anyway, like and subscribe if you like this video, and if you want to support the channel, send your own creepypasta to my Gmail. It's in the About section. I would love to read your story. Maybe I'll get super scared. Probably want to piss my pants. Anyways, as always, good night everybody, and sweet dreams.